Hi, welcome back. Here in our last video, we have created this master and two worker nodes using Terraform script. And now we'll see the manual approach, how to configure master node, how to configure worker node, and finally how to execute the Ansible on the master and worker node both. For that, I have written as manual steps which I will follow first, and then our automation approach we will use. So I am in my Terraform node. First node, the first thing which we should do is set the host name. If I exit and if I re-log in, I should see TF node as my host name. So this is the first step. I think we have done these things where we have created ID RSA, then we have copied it, then we converted that ID RSA to RSA, sorry, OpenSSH to RSA, and then I have appended it into authorization keys. These all things we have done manually. Okay, the same things we can do if by writing in the script. Okay, so and then we have carried out this exercise of SSH. Let's say I am executing this command where I can see out. So if I say echo $out, I can see IP of my Terraform node. If I try to SSH directly, yes I can. Okay, let me exit. The same steps I have written here. Okay. So I can do self SSH. Now I want to do connection between our Terraform node. Let me draw a Terraform node somewhere. Okay, this is my Terraform node, and now I want to establish connectivity between these two. Okay, and so connectivity means it should SSH to master. Okay, and this master should SSH to all the workers. So let me check. Huh. So we need SSH between Terraform to master and master to worker, both workers. Okay. So this thing we have to establish. Now here is the interesting part. We know that what are the IPs of our master and worker. So let me go to that my scripts folder and we'll note down those IPs. So cat IP list and cat master node list. Okay, so these are the IPs. I will just copy somewhere. Okay. Okay. Now, if I go to that master, I want to go to that particular node. Let's say master node. I want to go to master node first. How should I go? Because I am in Terraform node. Okay. Here I have some key files. Okay. And as you know, while creating the master and worker node, what keys we have given. Yeah. So sorry, I was logged out. So in Ansible, master node and worker node, when those were created, we have explicitly specified that we need to use cust key. Okay, so key name is cust key, and I have registered that cust key in our key pair also. Okay, so it exists here, it exists in our local folders also, in Windows as well as in Ubuntu. So now in our master and worker node, this key is there. So if I directly try to connect to this master node using cust key PEM, how to connect it? Again, same PowerShell, and then go to D colon drive, okay, and then CD key, okay, and there I have this cust key, but the name is not .pem, so it's just cust key or cust key.pvt. So you can use either of them. Either of them if you use, you should be able to connect. Yes, I'm using cust key, RSA key, and I'm able to connect. I will sorry, I will exit. I will try one more time using the cust key dot pvt private, that extension I have given, that file also there. It doesn't matter what the name is, okay, because content, what matters is the content. Okay, so I was trying to go inside that master to check something and to show you some facts about the authorization keys. So if I go to cd dot, okay, how many things I have right now? I don't have anything, okay, neither a folder, nothing. I will go to dot ssh and I will see how many files I have, just authorization keys. If I go to authorize keys, I can see there is only one entry, that is cust key, which was created when the node was created by Terraform. Okay, I haven't done any manipulation right now by any script or by any way. Okay, whatever Terraform created, that is what there is. Similarly, in worker nodes also, the same scenario you will see. No folder, no any shell script, nothing has happened because yet we have not executed any script. Okay, so in authorized keys, as you can see, there is just one entry, that is cust key, which was created at the time of creating the node, creating that particular server. Okay, I will exit from here for time being. I will exit from here. So master node is okay. Now I want to connect with that master node. I want to connect to that master node from Terraform node. I will try one or more ways. So let me try like this. Uh, you need you have this as I have shown you that cust key already exists there, okay, and this that cust key, one minute, one more. Again, I will try to connect to master node separately, okay, and what I want to show you is, see, I have this Terraform node in place and I have this master node in place, okay. In master node, if I go to dot ssh and then ls and then authorize keys, so if I cat authorize keys, see the public key of cust, okay, and here also I have if I go to, sorry, dot ssh, here also I have a lot of keys, out of which if I say cat authorize keys, I have these two things. 25 July, which was used for Terraform node creation, for and this key was then later on added. It got added twice. Let me check why. But yeah, same key it is actually. No, it's different. Okay, sorry. The first time the first time the key was added, it was IDRSA, and the second key that was added is cust key. Okay, so these three things are there because we have created two two times SSH keygen I have done. That's why, okay, IDRSA plus this cust key, and now that cust key ends with QYVLS. Here also you can see QYVLS. So this cust key which is present here is also present in our master node. So ideally, if it is something like I have created, I have done SSH keygen in my Terraform node, then whatever public key got created, I have added it at both authorized keys, self as well as in master. You can simulate it like that, or you can assume it like that. Okay, so can I can I log in our master node? What is the IP of master node? See, master node don't have any SSH keygen right now. Okay, till this point we have TF node and we have master node. TF node have done SSH keygen, that's why he has ID underscore RSA as well as cust key. While this master node only have that authorization keys, and that keys contain cust key, public key, cust key, no, public key string. This is the scenario. What will happen now? Am I will I able to log in? So let me extract the IP. What is the IP of master node? Yeah, this one. Let me check from here. If I try to SSH and this IP using Ubuntu, because that name is required. No, permission is denied. Even though I have this key, still permission is denied. I cannot directly SSH. Okay, I cannot directly SSH. One more try I will give. In now I will use -I and cust, and I have that cust key also, right? Cust key. Yeah. If I use cust key, definitely I can log in into master. This is the master. 82.169. 82.169. So if I use cust key, obviously it will allow me to log in. And if I don't use cust key, if I directly try to log in without any key, it will say permission denied, public key. Okay, now this is the fact number one, which I have just put in front of you. What I will simply do is I will write this thing here somewhere. You should keep this in mind. You cannot do cust key, even though both are sharing this part. Cust key part, both are sharing public key here also and public key here also. Even after that, you cannot log in. But if you want to log in, then there is only one option. This is the option. I should keep this image here. Then only you can log in. Okay, this is fact number one. So anyway, this is our master node. This is our master node, and this is our Terraform node, which says that if I use some key like cust key, or even if I use the ID, okay, any kind of key, so I am able to log in. So let's assume that for 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 this time being, I'm using this cust key. Okay, and now I am logged in inside master node. Closing master node independently, which I have logged in. I'm closing that window. Now I am inside Terraform node, and from Terraform node I have switched in master node. Okay, and to prove that what I will do, I will do a curl if config .me. See the IP, it is a master node IP. All right. Uh, the first step I will do is, okay, I can come inside this master node. For till this part we are good. Okay. Again I will try to exit. I am again in TF node. I will execute some scripts from Terraform node to master node, but I will not enter inside master node. Okay. I will execute all the scripts from Terraform node itself. So the first command is I will go to cd my scripts. So the first command, second command, I will take the I will take this the name of file inside a folder inside a variable, and then I will initiate one more variable. Sorry. Then I will echo and file name is, and I will execute this while read. So in my MIP variable, what I got is what is written inside master node, the content of master node. I have retrieved it, and this is now inside my MIP. If I echo MIP, I can see the content of the text file is inside this folder, inside this variable now. Now, uh, inside master node, I will execute a command, and the command is make directory. So in that master node, that command got executed. Second command which I am executing is SCP. SCP means the file, the cust key file which I have in my local the master node file which I have in my local directory will be transferred, will be copied to master node. That file got copied to master node. The third command which I will execute is the worker list which I have in my local folder, okay, will be copied to master node. That also got copied. After that, the cust key I have, it will be also copied to master node. So similarly, you can copy multiple files. I'm copying it selectively, and this thing will be then automatically done by our script. I will just test it first manually, and then it will be done there using automation. And the final file which I want to transfer is Ansible. So total 5 files I have transferred from my local machine, that is TF node, to master node. I will then try to SSH, and yes, I am inside that master node. Through the SH file, this same thing will work. Now remain inside this master node, execute some command and then come out. Don't exit right now, okay? Be there and execute some extra commands there. First, what I will do, I will first set the host name to master. So that name, that particular node, okay, we are inside that master node. Then ls command, it will execute, it will show you that yes, master script folder is there created. Go inside master node, you will see there are few files got created in master node. Then cat master node, just to verify, cat IP list, these are the workers. Now here I am copying cust key to SSH directory. Whatever files we have in our my script, I am copying it to SSH directory. Similarly, the public file, that is also I am copying. Okay, and I am going inside this file, this folder. I am doing ls. What I can see is authorization keys is there, cust key is also there, and public key is also there. So in a way I have transferred few files from my Terraform node to master node. I have transferred some files. Okay, so I can say using scp. Okay, I have copied files. How many files? I think 5 files I have copied from this node to this node, tf node to master node. Do you want to cross check whether what is there inside that file? Let's say cust key file. Yes, it's a rsa key. And what is there inside cust key dot pub? Yeah, so in cust key dot pub I have this public key. So whatever content you were having in your Terraform node, same content is now copied in master node. Till this point we are good. Our script will work fine, no issue. Now in master node we will create SSH keygen, and that too through script. There will not be any uh, human interaction, your interaction with this. So this script will create ID RSA. Let me show you first before executing this command, or when this command will execute. This is the before scenario. Okay, okay, and when you will where your shell script will execute this line, after scenario is will be like this: id rsa, and two files will get created there, and still it is open ssh. Keep it in mind. Then using some commands, I'm taking backup first, because I'm going to change that open ssh to rsa. So using these commands, I'm taking backup. Again I will see the scenario. Two more files created. Those were files because of open ssh, sorry, ssh keygen. Those files were created while doing the ssh keygen with -q option, and then we have created backup. And now I am using this command where this id rsa, which is a, if I write this id rsa, you can see it's a open ssh private key. But as soon as you execute this command, okay, after that if you do this id rsa, that will get converted into rsa, open ssh to rsa. Okay, till this point our shell script will work, no doubt. Then I will do this thing to just to check how many files created, new, old. Then I will execute this command with some extra options. Okay, and so that there will not be any interaction. So yes, so what I did here is I have appended this id rsa public key into authorization keys. Then if I in master, then if I cat this authorized keys, okay, you can see here cust key was there previously, and now master key is also appended. This is the description. Actual key is this one. Master key is also appended. ID RSA, which is a product of open SSH keygen inside master. Now I'm just taking out if config.me output in MIP variable, and I will try to use the -i cust key and MIP. He's trying to SSH within self. Yes, master can SSH to self. Okay, exit. Master can SSH to self using this -i cust key. Can master SSH self without using any key? Yes, because ID RSA is his own key, and he has already appended it inside its own auto SSH keys file. So till this point, okay. Now my script says, okay, go back to my scripts. We will go there. We will again ls. What the scenario in my script? We have these 5 files. Sorry, 5 files. Then we will use this line here, master IP. Then till now we are inside master. Okay, don't exit from master. Now here we are appending some lines to etc host. It is also one of the requirement. We need to add some entries in etc host file. So that requirement we are fulfilling, and this is the master entry. What about the worker entries? So our next line will add entry for worker. So this is the IP list file, then while, then echo, then increment I variable, then this worker entry we will append in etc host, and then as soon as we do done, it will reflect what entries he has appended. So, and then sudo cat etc host of master. You can see in master etc host, okay, these 3 entries got appended because of our script lines. And now we will exit from this master. Okay, till now we were in master. Now we will exit from master. So your master node is now fully set up for just, I mean, he has set up its own setup host name. He has set up the etc host, okay, part, okay, these things, and SSH part, I mean SSH keygen. These 3 things he has set up. We will then move to worker node. Yet Ansible is not set up. Okay. Now we will move to worker node. So what to do? We are back to Terraform node, but I want to jump to worker node. So from Terraform, we want to set up worker nodes. How to do that? First of all, grab the file whose name is IP list, which contain a name of, sorry, list of all workers. Okay, and if you cat w file, you can see the list of all worker nodes. Then we will initialize few more variables. I'm going line the line. Why? Because the automation, how it will behave, we will simulate it first in manual way. So echo worker file name. This is the worker file name. Then we will read. I can do this thing also, because I think unless and until we end this while loop, we will not able to come and I mean, see the output. What I will do is, I don't for time being I will not execute this while loop. Okay, I will not execute the while loop. Instead, I will take one of the IP in our WIP. Okay, first this one 44, and I will simulate that I'm inside while loop. Okay, but I will not execute while loop right now. Okay, then I will try to first use this SSH. Oh, I think one part. No issue, no issue. So I have this WIP. If I echo here WIP, just to confirm, it will be good to echo always. Okay, so here I am echoing. This is my worker IP, which will be a part of our while loop. But now, right now, I am not executing while loop. Instead, I am executing the individual commands. So if I SSH using some key, because I don't have access to direct access to that. Okay, so for time being, I am using -i. So yes, that will be that prompt will not appear because we will actually use some arguments for that, so that prompt will not appear for. Okay, so yeah, we are able to log in worker node, successfully logged in. Then I will exit just to check whether I can log in or not. This command is there. First thing first, scp whatever local file I have, rac file in master, because no, sorry, id rac file of master will go inside at worker node, but actually I think this exit, we should not call this exit, because we should remain in master node. Okay, instead of calling exit, we should remain in master node, and from master node we will execute this worker node thing. Okay, so I'm removing that exit, and I will switching back to my master. Sorry, I will first. I am in Terraform node. I'm switching back to uh, from Terraform node to my master node. So again, once again, I will go back to master node first, and from master node I will execute all the commands required for worker node. Okay, now I am inside master node, and assume that within master node you are, and you are executing worker node commands from master node. Okay. So till this point, again we will initialize this w file. We will initialize this WIP. We will echo w file. Okay, and as we know, in master also we have this myscript folder. Okay, you can check this myscript folder is also there, and it also contain all this IP list and master node list. Okay, so yeah, till this line number 97 we are here. We will not execute while read, otherwise we will not able to debug it. Okay, so for time being, what we will do, we will use one of the IP of worker node, and we will assign it to WIP. So let's say that WIP is equal to this IP here. You should not give extra spaces, otherwise it will give you some command like, because whatever there, if there are some spaces before and after equal to, treat it as a command. So don't give any spaces before and after equal to. This is WIP. Okay, just to simulate this while loop for time being. Then we will echo this WIP. Okay, after that I will try to connect to worker IP. I'm inside master, but I'm trying to connect with worker IP. Some options will be provided, so this prompt will not appear. Yes or no, you don't need to write, and then I will exit. So yeah, I am able to connect from master to worker, but using some key. Now the next command is here. I am trying to transfer some files from master to worker node. Okay, one file transferred, then second file transferred. Why I am transferring, I will show you the reason. Because I want to append key in workers authorization key. Now here is my command. This command says that, okay, you have these two files ready in your SSH folder. grab this file, get the content, and append in self authorization keys. This is the command. Now I am executing that command using, I'm executing that command on worker node. So here after what happens, that whatever master ID is there, that will be appended in workers authorization file. Okay. Second command, I want to ensure whether it happened or not in worker node. So this is the next command executing on worker node. It says, okay, if you have done this, show me your uh, authorization files. This is the authorization file, worker nodes. Authorization file contain two entries. First entry says whatever the default key that node at the time of creation we are using, that entry is here. The master entry is also copied now in worker side. Okay, and now again I will transfer the etc host file which I have in master node. If you want to see the etc host file, we will first check and then we will transfer. Here the file is sudo cat slash etc slash host. I'm inside master. So this is the file, okay, which I have in my master. I'm copying it as it is on worker because I want these three entries also on worker side. Permission denied. I think sudo is needed in that case. Still permission denied. Let me check. Okay, so sometimes this happens that on worker node we don't have access to that particular etc host. So what we will do, that instead of copying it directly to etc host, we will first copy this file to slash host. So I will just one more modifications I have to do here. Instead of, you first transfer it to your local home directory and then write one more command, and through that command it will execute, it will copy whatever the file is. So let's say here the file is uh, hosts, and it will be copied to slash etc slash host. Okay, and with the sudo, and we will execute this command on worker. So it will be two-step process. First step, we will copy to host, okay, like this. I just copied it again, repeatedly copying it, okay, to that particular uh, home directory. Then we will create one command, and that command we will execute using SSH. See, after executing this command, I think the worker nodes etc file may have now changed because I don't see any error now. Okay, so I can even test what is the content of etc host on the worker side. So you can say cat sudo cat etc host, and again we will execute this command on worker node from master node. See, on the worker node also we have received this response. I mean, the file is successfully copied, and now we can successfully come out of the worker node. Sorry. Okay, now I'm outside, and similarly this the same thing will be carried out for second worker also, because we will be in worker we will be in while read loop. Okay, that time. So either I can execute it for second worker also. Let me execute it. What is the IP of second worker? Let me execute it fastly. So what I did here is, for time being, I just hard coded this because I want to simulate the second iteration again. sorry, the same mistake I am doing. uh, don't give space before and after equal to. Okay, and I will execute others commands first. So I am inside this master node. I am executing the first command where I am simulating the while loop, second iteration. Same. Okay, second iteration, then echo. Till this point I have executed scp command where I am copying id REC and id REC from master to worker 2. Then I will, yeah, we are good till this point. For worker 2 we have added etc host entry through this cmd, and now we will try to ssh to worker 2. Okay, and we are able to, so here we haven't used any key from master to worker. We are not using any -i, and still we are able to log in. Why? Because we have added our id RSA pub file there in worker node. Okay, and then exit. So in this way we have simulated worker 1 as well as worker 2. Okay, and now we are inside master. Okay, and then it's done. So we can now exit from master, but don't exit. Okay, we have still more things pending in master node, so don't exit here also. Hold, and then we will first install Ansible and then some setting, because we should remain in master to configure workers also, to configure self as well as to configure workers. So if you are outside masters, let's say I exit from master, again you have to re-log into master. Okay, let me exit from master first, because if you want that way also you can do. If you come back to tf node, okay, come back inside master again, you can anytime you can go inside master and start the phase number 3, which is a Ansible installation. In master, go to my scripts, then execute ls, then you have to execute few commands to install Ansible. After then you should upgrade master node. Then you have to install Ansible in master, so execute this command through shell. Okay, Ansible is now installed, few commands left, so we will execute them also. We are copying our taking backup of Ansible host file, and then we will copy our local version of ansiconf as Ansible host. And if you want to cat, you can cat it to check whether or what is the content. So Ansible host contains these two entries. One is the master entry, which is a part of web group, and two worker entries, which is part of app group. Okay, so these are in master node, the Ansible configuration. Now we will test Ansible first. We have to check whether this thing work or not, whether I can ping web, I mean web means self, so whether it can ping self or not. As you can see here, web -m ping success, so that means it can successfully ping itself. Now what about the app? Because app contains worker nodes, and worker node should be approachable if even if the key is not there. Okay, even if the -i key is not there. Let's check whether I can ping this or not. As you can see here, app means worker 0 and worker 1, we can successfully ping them. So if it is so, that means our Ansible is working fine. Now the next step is how to execute the playbook of Ansible. So here I have created some playbook on fly. Let's check whether I can execute it or not. Right, I am in my script. Do I have? No, I don't have this file. No problem. First time I will first creating this file, then I will adding some content to this file like this. This approach takes time, but it gives you guarantee that nothing will fail, and if fails, you have whole time to, I mean, sufficient time to fix the issues. It's kind of debugging the script before it execute. Now this file is ready. Sorry. Yeah, okay, so this file is now ready. It says that okay, this is the host web, because we want to execute it first on web, and then we will execute it on app. Okay, first it will execute on web, that means self master. Then it will install a package named Apache. Okay, and it will start the service. Okay, let's see whether it can execute it or not. So this will be the, sorry, echo. Why echo is needed? No need. Okay, you can directly execute this Ansible playbook command, and let's see what happens. It is gathering fact, and since this is the self node, I think there will not be an issue. Okay, so till this, I mean, there is no issue. Now I want to create one more file like this. Okay, and I will name it as ex4 instead of ex3. I will name it as ex4. So now I'm executing, or I'm creating one more playbook. Since the file doesn't exist, so it will shout it, and touch, and then now I'm doing it for app group, which contains all the worker groups. If this runs, that means our workers also will have Apache installed on them, Apache 2 installed on them. Okay, let me check the file first. Ex4, the file contains host app becomes true and install package Apache 2. Okay, okay. After this, we will execute this file straight from here in master. Within master, I'm executing it so that it should fetch workers and then execute Apache on them. So he's getting the fact, yeah, these two servers, the two workers, and it's installing the package over there. Now installed and done. So till this point, you can say that package can be installed on worker nodes also. Okay, so in this way, if you go to, if you want to go to that uh, worker node and you want to check what is the Apache version, we can do this. So what we will do, we will simply use one of the command. Okay, and here I have to use particular WIP. So let's take this IP for time being. I think I should remove this one because it will be a part of our while loop. So we don't want to disturb it. Okay, we will take this WIP just to ensure, just to check whether everything is good or not. So here is WIP. Okay, now I'm execute. Now I want some command like uh, I want to know the version of Apache. So let me first check what is the version of Apache at my master node first. So here is the Apache version at my master node. So this same command I will give, or I will execute on that worker node also. So I'm writing the command now, and that command will be executed on WIP, that is 54, and see the version of worker node 1. Similarly, you can do worker node other another worker node, and that worker node is this one. Okay, so here I am doing this thing WIP, sorry, okay, and then I'm executing command Apache 2 on WIP, that is 44.204.76.78. So this concludes this section, and here we have seen that we have created TF node, then we have copied some files on master node. From master node we have executed and we have done first we have done SSH with all worker nodes, then we have installed Ansible on master, and okay, as well, and installed package on worker nodes, Apache 2 on worker node. So this marks the end of this exercise. It was a long video, I know that, and now this script will be used for automation purpose. So what I have to do in that case, if I want to automate, I will have to simply do one thing, and this whole thing will execute. I will show. Okay, if I exit from master, if I go to Terraform node, and if I go to within my script, okay, we'll go to cd tf first. Inside tf I have this main.tf, just I'm doing nano main.tf. In this main.tf you can see there is a section, there is a null section, null resource section. What we will do simply is we will execute this script, easy version script from here. We will create this file in local folder and we will execute it from this. Okay, so whatever so let's say I'm executing it like this. So let's say /bin/bash. Okay, I don't want this thing because we are not using this shell script. Instead I'm using this shell script. So let's say the name of script is deploy ansible.sh. Okay, simply, and no argument, nothing. Okay, and it will execute this whole script which you have executed manually. That will be executed using the Terraform null resource. Okay, and whole infrastructure will be created just after executing this line. So that's it from for this section. We will meet in the next video with some other Terraform related or DevOps related stuff. Thanks.